going tight.
Yeah. All right. Okay, let's see here. In my true irritating fashion, I have got a couple of college level questions here that no one's going to give a fuck about, but it'll be fun to guess randomly. And if you're channeling your inner Scott, you'll already be half cut. So, just saying, I speak from my Scottish heritage. Family gatherings were always stumbly, unintentional game of Twister. So, all right. First question. Shakespeare wrote about royalty in many of his plays. Which of the following was based on a Scottish king? Was it A, Hamlet, B, Duncan, C, Macbeth, or D, Henry IV?
I got to be guessing Duncan. There's no other Scottish name more than Duncan, for fuck's sake. I'm just thinking.
It's the Scottiest of the Scot.
I know. I said, hey, God help everyone listening to us, for love of God. Love of Scotland.
Awesome.
We mean no harm by Scottish insults, because we are part Scottish and I am all Scottish. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Mary. Yeah, I'll guess Duncan.
All right, Brandon, do you have a guess?
I'll go Duncan.
Y'all are going Duncan?
Who for Duncan?
I like Duncan. Yes. How does that go?
All right. This is a weird one. So technically, the correct answer is both B and C, Duncan and McDick. So, sorry, Macbeth. McDick is what I call McDonald's. Sorry. Let's get the drive-through. Who's down for McDick? Yeah, it's Friday
night and the Tinder and the match and all that stuff. You're going to get all them McDicks hard.
You know, if I could find my googly eyes for emphasis. All right. So here's the explanation. Duncan became King of Scotland upon the death of Malcolm in 1034. He was a terrible character. He was a much weaker character than Malcolm and a god-awful leader. He led a disastrous campaign into Northumbria, which forced him to retreat back into Scotland. However, his cousin Macbeth, the ambitious asshole that he was with his harpy bitch of a wife, chief of the Northern Scots, also had a claim to the throne through his mother. Macbeth formed an alliance with his cousin, the Earl of Orkney, and they defeated and killed Duncan near Elgin in 1040. So realistically, Duncan was only king for a short time before Macbeth went, fuck you, I want the throne. And with his wife, with his little wife nattering in his ear, with the whole, you can do it, baby. I want to be queen. I want to be queen. Don't you love me? If you love me, you'll make me a queen. And he's going, I don't know. But she wouldn't shut up, and he was kind of spineless, and yada, yada, yada. Now Mick Blow is king. So
I was going to say, it'd be a blow job or a hand job or a fuck job somehow later. Ta-da. Right?
Yeah, if y'all want to be queen, you got to work for it. As we saw with the recent monarch change in Britain, because what's her nuts, Camilla went from side hoe to queen. This is the
hoe. Side hoe to main hoe.
Exactly.
Right? Hello, Gladys, Mary, and Bree, and oh my goodness. Good evening, everybody. Okay, you got a question there, Brandon?
All right, hi, mates. Oh, that's Australian. Sorry. Hey, I got a wild question tonight. These are going to be multiple choice because I got another show to do. But what is the national animal of Scotland? Go!
There's of them. Unicorn. Lion. Penguin.
A loon? I don't know.
Buffalo.
Who's Brandon?
Brandon is Brandon Hoke, the weather guru and radio host up in Brooks, Alberta. He's famous up in Brooks, Alberta. Apparently, Mary, you don't travel much up to Alberta. Me either. But Brandon likes to come onto the show so he can make himself familiar with all, you. Yeah. And Imogen is up in BC. She's a cover girl. She is a security guard. She is a everything. Tell them. You do everything, Imogen, it seems. You're photo shooting. vitamins. Like, I can't think of too much you're not into.
I run a supplement company. I am actually a published writer, artist. I do security. I do about 1 million things. I've been on like every media platform since I was like 12.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And Brandon works for 1 or 2 radio stations. You're with one radio station. You're 3 radio stations. Well, pardon me. So yeah, Brandon's a super radio host. Andy's affiliate with Weather Network and weather stations, and he does all sorts of things. So yeah, these guys are pretty cool in their end of the world and the other side of Canada. So between all of us, we do coast to coast trivia. And thanks for tuning in. Okay. So what was the answer for yours again, Brandon?
The unicorn.
Yeah.
It was the unicorn. What? How the hell is that? How the hell did they got the unicorn over in Scotland as the mascot of the fucking Scotland? It's not even real.
It's the national. It's featured on the Royal Coat of Arms because it symbolizes purity, strength, and grace, and is often associated with Scottish heraldry. The only reason I know that is because I looked it up and it was one of my questions. Brandon, you asshole. So
too funny. But you're gonna have to listen to Brandon's radio stations on the pipeline up there, Maddie. You're right in his backyard for tuning in. All right, here's my turn. So, which city is the capital of Scotland?
Oh God.
I know. I didn't know it either.
I could go Glasgow for 500.
Glasgow's a good guess, only because I don't know any Scottish cities of Glasgow, other than Argyll County, because that's where my family came from. Loch Ness, I don't know. Whiskey Town.
Too funny. Who's got some guesses about Scotland? Jesus. I hope we do British week next week. I'm fucking better at that.
Awesome.
So let's guess the answer because I don't think anybody's going to really guess the right one. So the capital city of Scotland is Edinburgh.
The other city I've heard of. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God. Ooh, let's not do Scotland again.
Oh my God. I don't know why I'm sober for doing Scotland. Okay.
I even wore my weird earrings. I never wore them until today. There's a cat, there's a pearl, there's some bling. It's like, these are the ugliest fucking things I ever saw.
I went looking for my ugly ass jewelry and I couldn't find the stuff I was looking for. I went to find my big ass alien thing and son of a bitch couldn't find it.
They stole it. They stole it on us.
Bastards. Someone pilfered my tacky shit. It's not bad enough people steal my damn style all the time, but the tacky shit, no. All right.
Right?
All right.
So tacky, you can't give it away.
I know, right? You know, I said that about my ex-girlfriend, and it just took police intervention to get that bitch out. So realistically, I didn't give her away, but I paid for it in a lot of taxes. So,
some relationships are priceless.
All right. Got a question here. Famous for the Loch Ness Monster, Scotland has a full complement of creatures, some confirmed, some folk legends. This creature is a giant with a single fucking eye in the middle of its face. I like to think Leela from Futurama, but this goes in a different direction. So,
is that Loch Ness?
So, single eye in the middle of its face, similar to the Greek Cyclops. However, instead of legs, plural, this badass is said to have a single leg, which merges with the rest of its body. And instead of arms, it has a single hand protruding from the center of its chest. Is it? I know, right? Is it
close it down for Jordan.
Shots? B, the wood cow. C, the pachan. Or D, red cap.
Even 3 years out of the box, man.
We've got some double playing going. If you're wondering what this extra sound is, guys, Brandon is actually live doing a hockey show right now with the Brooks Bandits, who are doing really well this hockey season. And so he is in the control room there at the hockey game in Brooks, Alberta, while the Bandits are playing, and they're on home ice tonight. Go, Brent, go Bandits. And so he's doing both. He's double dutying.
Oh, big hit on the near side. Oh, sorry.
Mhm. He's that good. So
I'm a
you-
professional.
right? He's a true professional. Exactly.
In the radio.
Yes.
Oh, look
Yes.
who's here.
I'm doing great so far.
Frankie
Awesome,
Mac.
Frankie. Happy to have you on.
Yes, I'm doing great. I was at the Eagles game tonight.
Oh, did they win?
Yeah, they lost to the Wildcats. Last time Cape Breton Eagles. And who retired? Who retired? Who raised the retirement banner last season?
Oh, I don't know. A coach?
Whose heads?
Cool. Probably Kula Cannon.
Oh, it was
Nathan.
Nathan McKinnon. Yes.
Right.
Last season, I was at the retirement ceremony for Kula
Oh!
Cannon, number 7, former Cape Breton Eagles.
What?
Ooh, former. Geez, I don't know. I suck at following the Eagles. Apparently, who was it?
What about Maxine Lazarev and Sketch It Off? They left Cape Breton Eagles on April 19, 2016.
Oh shit.
Ooh. Mary's saying number 22. Is she wrong?
What?
Oh no, they retired number 22. That was the guy that got retired tonight because he's going to the NHL. Yeah,
Yes.
but he was a moosehead.
He's a former Moosehead. He retired number 22.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think Mary's talking about something different. You're talking about last year, and she's talking about this year.
Kula Cannon is number 7 for the Cape Breton Eagles.
Okay. Well, there you go, Mary. Number 7 for the Cape Breton Eagles is the answer to that one. So what's on the go for tonight now that the hockey game's over?
And now we're going to dualies. And what I got something else to say. Marc-Andre Fleury, he's the first member to be retired, number 29 for the Cape Breton Eagles.
Oh.
I had no idea.
Back in 2008, Marc-Andre Fleury came to Center 200 to raise the retirement jersey banner.
Wow. Were
In
you there for
January
that?
2008, Marc-Andre Fleury came to Sydney just to raise the banner.
Oh,
He did?
cool.
Were you there to see it?
No,
Mm. Me either, but that one sounded like it would have been an exciting night.
Marc-Andre Fleury was at Center 200, and he raised the banner that night.
Wow. Wow,
Number
that's a good
29 is retired with the Cape Breton Eagles because Marc-Andre Fleury.
Brooks wins the
Cool.
face-off.
I had no idea he was in for that. That's awesome to know that. Thanks for that info, Frankie. So you're off to dueling tonight?
Yeah.
Are you
So
doing
everybody
karaoke?
who wants to hang out with Frankie, look at Imogen's boobs, Frankie. Do you see the boobs on her?
They're going great so far. I did you hear about this? How's Hans doing? How's Hans TV doing?
Over at their blue line.
I don't know. How is he doing?
He's
yeah.
doing great so far. He does sports predictions on his YouTube channel. He no longer does his podcast. He does predictions instead.
Oh, he went into is it fortune telling type deal. Is he doing by hands or
Like a fortune telling.
huh? Did he do you?
And Gio. And she lives in Montreal, East Island.
Did they tell your fortune for you?
He interviewed me in December 2011, 21.
What did he say? You got to get him to do your future. I want to know what he says about your future.
On that 5-on-5.
That means Hans TV. He interviewed me December 14, 2021.
What happens?
Ooh. But he just
Okay.
started doing the futures now, like the fortune telling.
It's sports related. Fortune telling. Sports related.
Oh, sports
Oh.
related. Ah, okay. Well, that's different. I don't think I've seen a sports fortune teller before. That's pretty cool.
Does that, so are any of the hockey players going to become like,
And
bank
Doctor is soon bye for now.
Bye, Frankie. Thanks for coming on. He's so
Right.
fun.
So, I love Frankie. He is
Me
just a
too.
doll. My God. Okay, so
Mhm. Go ahead.
all right. So the question: Scottish monsters.
Let's start here.
Yeah.
All right.
What are the Scottish monsters again?
Okay. So
Hicks.
I'll repeat the question here.
Yeah.
Famous for the Loch Ness Monster, Scotland has a full complement of creatures. Some confirmed, some are just folk legends. This creature is a giant with a single eye in the middle of its weird face.
Right? Tied up on
Sort of like the Greek Cyclops. Instead of legs, this bad boy has a single leg coming from its body. Instead of arms, it has one arm protruding from the center of its chest. Is it A, Bertram de Schatz, B, the Woody Cow, C, Fashan, or D, Redcap?
bandits.
I have no idea. But I am very interested in what you have in your hands. Tell me what breed of cat you have.
This is Little Morbo. This is Professor Morbo Fishpaw, PhD. He is a Canadian Sphinx.
I've never seen a cat like it.
Fine.
Hairless. And he's wearing his little jacket.
Oh my God.
That's my little man.
Oh my God. I
Mhm.
love him.
He
Hello.
has
Oh my
fingers.
God.
Fun fact, cats actually have webbed fingers, webbed hands.
Is that him
Between the
making that sound?
Is what?
That
That's
sound
all.
I'm hearing. Is that the cat?
No, that's Brandon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Oh
This is my little man.
Oh my God. I love him.
Yep.
Wow.
Grandpa intercepted both behind
We're
us.
doing well. Thanks for tuning in, Mary and Karen and everybody else. Thanks for tuning in. So the answer for that one, what I haven't got a clue, and nobody else, I don't think is guessing because they don't have a clue either.
I'm
Oh,
going to go
Yes. I want to see a
say
guess.
it, Brandon?
Behind the Sherwood Park.
red cap. Red cap.
Red cap.
Yes.
Awesome.
I-
Okay. Anyone in the audience? Okay. Hold on. Someone actually just texted me directly. This is Gator Jeff. Gator Jeff, it was incredibly awesome. Has guessed B, the word cow. Do we have any other guesses?
I'll go with cow too. I mean, he texted you that to get it out there. He probably right. Probably right.
That's awesome. He's also incorrect. Dead wrong.
Okay.
The correct answer is y'all are wrong. The correct answer is Fashan, or however the fuck you pronounce it in drunk ass Scottish. So
Yeah.
the Fashan is a giant single-legged cyclops with one weird arm coming out of its chest.
But it's fake, right? It's fake like our accents. It's not real, right?
It is a mythological creature from Scotland.
Ah.
Every culture has their own creatures. Scotland has this guy.
Huh.
Totally sounds like something from Futurama.
All righty then.
Like mutant.
Mhm. Back to you, Brandon.
I just scored again. Oi.
What's the score now
2-0.
for Brooks? For the Bandit. Good.
Oh, so now here's this one. This is an easy one. What sport was invented in Scotland?
Golf.
Ah, I go with golf too.
Gold.
Golf.
Golf.
Woo! Oh yeah, it's golf. Sorry.
Yes, yeah, that was another question I
Oh,
had.
God.
So the way that I worded the question was, which notoriously boring sport originated in Scotland? Legendarily boring. The options that I was going to offer were tennis, lawn bowling, cricket, golf. 4 of the most boring sports.
I personally, I detest golf. Detest it.
I played cricket for like a month when I was a kid and I absolutely fucking loved it. Like I had a violent pitch. It was like, it's the one sport where it just worked. I mean, that we were allowed to play in school, but it was cricket. As a pitcher, I was fucking deadly, but any other position and I sucked out loud.
I'd like golf if I could go around beating people with the club or mini putting. Yes, Marie. Cough.
To be fair, the origin of golf, I mean, a bunch of dudes in weird plaid skirts with a wiggly bent stick, drunk off their ass, who also like to just do Where else are we going to get golf? Sobriety does not create golf, right?
No.
It's all
You
over.
need to do something when you're playing golf because the game itself is dreadful. Dreadful.
Good God, yeah.
Especially it's so much fun though.
Diego Johnson.
You're
What is?
drinking beer on the golf course. You're
Yes,
killed.
that's
Yeah.
and driving the little golf cart. Drinking
Oh, yeah.
and driving on the golf course. So fun.
So- Okay, so the one time, so okay, one of the things that I used to do is this agency I was working with. As a model, I would be assigned to do like events and things. So I do like hosting duties, or for charity events and whatnot, golf tournaments. They would give away prizes on the 18th hole and the 9th hole or whatever, right? So so this one day I'm at this event and there's like this fleet of models and we're switching off. It's 1,000 degrees of hell, and we're trying to act interested in the pointless banter of everyone coming through. And the guys come through, to be honest, they had no interest in talking to us, but we're there to chat them up and make it more interesting. They don't give a fuck. They just want to play golf, right?
Mhm.
So we're goofing off every chance we get. We're goofing off, and I'm cruising around driving the golf cart, and I'm with this absolutely stunning girl beside me, and I'm like, okay, now we've got chemistry, we're crushing on each other, but at the same time, I'm driving a golf cart, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to try and roll this golf cart. I'm trying to get it. I want it to roll. I want to take it off a ramp and go like all 18, just cruise off a ramp, flip in the air. I'm trying to do something,
Oh
but
my
no, here
God.
we are just puttering slowly through the fucking course.
Oh,
Well,
it's wide.
so what I discovered is that if the girl beside me, if she's holding onto the top as she's leaning a little bit over to the side, if I went down a hill and took a sharp turn, I could kind of get two wheels to come up a little. So I'm trying to jackknife it. And instead, I tossed the girl. So I couldn't roll the cart, but I rolled the girl. So I look over, I hear this, like, it sounds like a chihuahua getting stepped on. I look over and I see this fucking gorgeous blonde model just like rolling out of the cart. He's somersaulting across.
Oh my God, you crushed your crush. You crushed your crush.
The really surprising part was that she actually apologized to me. Like, she knew I was trying to roll the cart, right? And I'm like, okay, hang on, we're gonna do this. I
Big
jackknifed
Miss
it.
Lucy, you shouldn't have shook those knockers on the 9th hole. Look what you did with that knocker.
Yep. I'm like, hold on, we're doing it hard, lady. Hold on,
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna see your ass one way or the other. And sure enough, because I look over and I literally see her ass like in the air as she's rolling. I'm like, Jesus Christ! So I'm screaming, "Are you okay?" Well, I'm still giggling hysterically because
Oh
I've
my
got
God.
two wheels up and I just tossed a model. I'm like,
Yep.
fuck.
If I hear of any accident on the golf course, I know that there are some men out there trying to get some women's arses in their playbooks. They're taking your information and trying to figure out how to see people in
Yep.
outside the golf cart. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and you know what? To this day, I don't know why or how, but I got a date from out of it with her, and I am just baffled. Like, this is the equivalent of causing a car accident. Like, giving a girl a ride home, you cause a car accident, and then like go out with her. It's I don't know what was going on that day, but it worked.
This she did. She tossed her right off, and next thing you know, crushing your crush, it just brought them together. Love at first crush.
Throw a girl out of a moving vehicle, and she's yours forever.
Too funny. You got a question for us, Brandon? Oh, did you do your answer, Imogen?
That was Brandon's question. I hijacked it because my wording of his question was better.
Oh, that's right. All right. So, which two colors are featured on the Saltire, the flag of Scotland?
Who needed that one?
Two
Blue and
colors.
white.
It was all Brooks
Blue
for the opening
and
half of
white.
the period.
Oi!
Blue and
Correct.
white.
And correct. Yes, blue and white. Well, that was fucking easy.
Park and big
Oi!
in that crease with Ethan Barwick.
Awesome. Okay, hold on. Let me find a good question here. All right. Follow-up question on the Scottish flag. The Scottish flag has biblical origins. A white X against a blue background is referred to as what? Is it A, St. Augustine's cross, B, St. Andrew's cross, C, Judas's cross, or D, cross of the Jesuit?
Remo recovers
I
it.
like St. Augustine.
On it. Fortunate for the Bandits.
Sounds
Right?
Scottish. I don't know, but it sounds good.
Near board. Western.
It does.
Mhm.
Brandon, what's your answer?
Oh, what
That
Janet said.
with Ryan McCallum.
Yeah.
You're not. Good God, man! You ginger bastard!
Ginger.
Do
Oh,
we have
fuck.
any? Do we have any other guesses?
Marie said Andrew.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Okay.
No
All right. The
matter
correct answer is B. St. Andrew's Cross. When St. Andrew was one of the apostles when he was being crucified by those smoking hot Romans in AD 60. It is said that he believed himself unworthy to be crucified on a cross like that of Christ. And so he met his glorious and on a satire cross. The X cross was turned that way because he was unworthy of the regular lowercase t. So they just took it sideways and did him up that way. So that became his symbol. That is the St. Andrew's Cross. And it is also a staple of any decent kink dungeon. Just so you all know. St. Andrew's Cross, yeah, little cuffs at the top and the little pedals at the bottom, or little steps at the bottom with the little cuffs at the bottom. Perfect for, perfect when you're getting a spanking or whatever. Or you just want to do a little endurance and, submission training. So St. Andrew's Cross is a staple of good times everywhere. Starting in
We're getting-
Scotland.
Brandon and Imogen are doing the double show for us tonight. Imogen's teaching us all kinds about how to pick up people by crashing and other things. And Brandon's at the hockey game, and he's the good old hockey game and the good old trivia game.
What's the best game you can name?
Oh my God, more about why.
Right? Okay, I think it's back to you, Brandon.
Oh, right. So, this is going to be a little harder. What is the biggest lock in Scotland? Ah,
What's
The biggest lake?
the biggest lock in Scotland.
Oh.
I'm going to guess your mom's bathtub.
His mom's chastity belt.
The biggest lock. Well, is it Loch Ness? Big enough to hold a damn sea monster other than your mom?
Oh, yep. Now that, I knew I'd make this harder.
Yeah. Way to level up, Brandon.
Here,
Way to level up. Oh, man.
I'll guess. Alexa, what's the biggest lock in Scotland?
From offshoreenergy.biz. Being now the largest lock in the world, the Keeldrecht Lock is 500 meters long, 68 meters wide, and 17.8 meters deep.
Big.
Can you concentrate, Brandon?
Big. Tell me how big it is.
Well, the answer to this is Loch Lomond.
Ooh.
Loch Lomond. We've got a Loch Lomond here in Cape Breton.
There you go. Now there's Loch Lomond in Scotland. Oi!
Well, Jesus Christ, man. Oh, I'm a terrible Scot. Oh,
Oh,
they-
yeah, because you're sober. You can't be
Yeah.
a good Scot if you're sober.
Can't do it. You're right. Okay. In Scotland, Munro is defined as a mountain above which height? So in Scotland, a Munro is defined as a mountain above which height? 3,000 feet or 914.4 meters. 4,000 feet or 1,209.2 meters. Or 5,000 feet or 1,524 meters. Holy fuck. I didn't think Scotland's people were that smart. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Hello, Roger.
D. I'm going double D on that one. D all the way, man. Give me the D.
Triple D for the booty.
Wait a second, hold on here.
Laughing when I go on air. It's all your guys' fault.
Yeah. We'll take the credit on that one.
Yeah.
I love it. So
I'm serious on this one.
Marie says B for 4,000. And Brandon, what did you say?
B.
Brooks McDonald.
Brandon's B for 4,000 too.
Hey.
Roger, I don't know who Roger is. Roger Gardner is missing someone. He's either missing Imogen or missing Brandon. Because I don't know him, so I missed the whole boat.
Probably
Oh,
miss.
Roger. Hi, Roger. Miss you too, man.
Cool.
Hi.
The
Oh,
answer
I
is
haven't seen in a while.
A.
No.
Correct. Yeah,
It was A.
Nice.
Son of
Yeah.
a bastard.
I know.
Fair.
2,000 feet.
B.
I'm in the row. So it's a weird name to call a mountain, I guess. I don't know, but
Scots
that's
are
the
weird,
answer.
man.
You did say Scots were weird. Sorry, I've always been weird. So I mean, I guess I'm my inner Scot, but me words are Cape Breton.
Right? Yes.
Regular
All right.
season. As we,
Okay. This little bird was born in Aberdeen in 1954. As an 80s fashion icon, the BBC once described her look as being the definition of the male gaze. Who was it? Was it A, Shirley Manson, B, Annie Lennox, C, Shirley Henderson, or D, Laura Fraser?
oh, shoot, that's nice.
I like Laura Fraser.
B.
Brooks scored
What was that, Brandon?
I'm gonna go with D.
D?
I went with
All right.
D as well.
We got 2 for Laura Fraser. All right. Any of our viewers? One guess from any of y'all. Any guesses? Random letters, A through D, guys.
Is there
You got a
any
1 in
more-
25. You got a 1 in 4 chance of getting it right if you guess randomly.
Mhm.
All right. No one's guessing. Okay, other than you two. All right, the correct answer is B, Annie Lennox. Annie Lennox is Scottish. I had no fucking idea. She's just so awesome. She has no actual place of origin. She just materialized
Really?
from stardust or some shit. Yeah. Annie Lennox is from Aberdeen, Scotland.
Chase after it in the corner.
Wow.
Wow.
This is so cool. I fucking love her.
I don't mind her either. Here Comes the Rain Again. Does she sing that?
She does. Her and
I
Dave
know.
Stewart did Eurythmics in the 80s. And when she had that like fluorescent orange buzz cut going on, she was wearing a man's suit. She was very androgynous, extremely
yeah.
fashion forward. Yeah, the androgynous look was really, I mean, in runway fashion, the androgynous look has always been preferred, but Annie Lennox put it at the forefront as an entertainer. Previous to that, it was mostly in the fashion world. Like on stage, models like Twiggy were very androgynous. Twiggy
Peter
also.
Gabriel. I remember a Peter Gabriel video too with all the women that almost looked like Deal or No Deal now with Howie Mandel. A particular video.
5-on-3.
Yeah, that wasn't Peter Gabriel. That was what the fuck was his name?
Conscious
That
and,
is- Face it, you're addicted to love. Robert Palmer.
Yes! Thank
Robert
you.
Palmer.
That's
Yes.
exactly. Look, you read my mind. That's exactly who I was thinking of.
They were all blonde. They were blonde versions of Annie Lennox. Look from the "Here Comes the Rain" music video.
Yeah,
So
that's
Here
why
Comes the Rain pieces of that. They were all there was like a whole fleet of blonde Annie Lennox. I mean, how awesome is that? An army of Annie? Fuck yes.
I love that video when I was growing up. I was like, that was my favorite video. I don't know why I thought it was Peter Gabriel, but yeah, you hit it right with Robert Palmer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And one of the things about Annie Lennox that really made her stand out so much was it wasn't just the androgyny, but it was the intense. She had such an intense masculine and feminine thing going at the same time.
Yeah, she had a very strong stage presence. She did.
She did. And most of the androgynous figures that we saw were very quiet. They were very subdued. They were very background. They were very wafy, blah, blah, boring. Annie Lennox comes out with fluorescent orange hair, smashes the shit out of both male and female stereotypes while being hot as fuck as both.
Right? And Sinead O'Connor did it too.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another very strong, like the androgynous persona, and she nailed it. It like owned it. Mm-hmm. She did great on it too. Whose question? It's Brandon's.
Oh, mine. All right. Next one. What is the highest mountain in all of Scotland? The highest mountain.
I'm gonna say my dick. But I've been
Yeah,
smoking
right.
product for the last like 4 hours. So now, if we're talking height again, my dick.
Alexa, what's the highest mountain in Scotland? I'm not cheating.
The tallest mountain at elevation above sea level in Scotland is the Grampian Mountains, which is 4,410 feet above sea level.
Is she right? Whatever she said? The Grand something mountains? And
The answer is the Ben Nevis Mountain. Ben Nevis.
the Grand Ben Nevis? Mm.
Ben Nevis, man.
Oh, Ben Nevis bend over when you be near.
That's what's mental about Scotland is things that should you think a mountain would have like a mountain sounding name, but no, it sounds like a guy. Like
Sounds like a guy bending over. My goodness.
thanks, Scotland.
Right?
Anytime,
Run.
guys. Anytime.
Run for your life. Which train station in Scotland is named after a novel by Sir Walter Scott?
Compton and Wallace, South
Train
Don't.
station, Scotland, named after a novel by Sir Walter Scott. I mean,
Oh.
did
I'm
he
gonna
write-
go with yeah.
caught it on his back.
We've got
He's
A.
probably station too.
Dave Christensen will lift this.
The what?
I-
I've got choices.
Ben say Ben Nevis because he probably named the train station too. If he
Oh.
yeah, you gotta
Ben
be
Nevis Bendovas. Edinburgh Waverley, Glenfinnan Railway Station, the Bridge of Orchy. But maybe they might say it the Bridge of Orgy.
I'm gonna say if the orgy's big enough, y'all might need a bridge to get across. You just want to get some fresh Cheetos or refill your water or something. You're gonna need a bridge to cross that room.
That Ben Nevis, he loves the Bridge of Orgy.
Awesome. Fucking Ben Nevis.
He never has an orgy alone.
Defeats the purpose.
That was
An orgy should never be a solitary act. I'm just saying, there's something. You're on a fuck ton of acid if you're having a solo orgy. You're in a hall of mirrors. It's just not the natural order of things.
Yeah. How do you masturbate in an orgy?
Oh god. Okay, if you I mean, there's no rule to say you can't. I mean, someone's got to glaze the cake, so it's
I'm dying. Give me the hook.
oh my god.
standing
The nature of an orgy by default is
plus
you
stand
need some help.
latest
Right, yeah, I lost track of the question. I lost track of the question. What was it again?
I think we all did. Oh, which train station in Scotland is named after a novel by Sir Walter Scott? A.
Man, you-
Edinburgh Waverley.
Oh, sorry. Talk to but I'm talking to the computer. Sorry.
Say what?
Oh, yeah. The Glenfinnan Railway Station or the Bridge of Orgy? The answer is Edinburgh in Waverley.
You know what, see, once you start talking about pulling a train, I'm going straight to Orgy Town. So just saying that's
Ben Nevis.
the connection I made.
Mhm. Ben
Might be
always
super-
like to bring friends.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's your question.
Okay, now forward down the orgy path here. This antibiotic was later used to treat streptococci, and it was discovered by Dr. Alexander Fleming in 1928. Was it A, Amoxicillin. G, azithromycin. C, metronidazole. Or D, penicillin.
It was penicillin. I somehow remember that from school. Lordy fuck. Huh. Me think.
Brandon,
I'll
what's your
go-
guess?
Yes.
You're going what?
Pendilin?
Brandon,
What?
what's your guess?
Like,
It was who?
oh, Penadillin?
Oh my god. Yes, the correct answer is D, penicillin.
Paying attention to what?
Okay, penicillin. In 1928, Dr. Alexander Fleming came back from a holiday to find mold growing in a petri dish full of Staphylococcus bacteria. He noticed that the mold was like preventing the bacteria around it from growing. So basically, everything in the petri dish is covered in staph infection, which is notoriously violent. But everything except for this little spore was covered in staph. So he noticed that this was later penicillin. He soon identified the mold produced a self-defense chemical that could kill the bacteria. He called it penicillin, but it would be at least another 20 years before it was purified enough to be used in regular medical practice. By that time, it was refined and actually passed for use in treatment of streptococcus. So it was originally found useful for staph, but they couldn't get it clean enough to use on humans for that, but it was purified enough for use on strep and about 1 million other things at this point. And as Brandon knows, it's commonly used to treat the clap.
Yeah.
And where does the clap affect the body at, Brandon?
I mean, when you have it as much as Brandon, it's now called applause. But
So are you saying you've got a pair of penicillin gloves that you play with your clap at each night?
when you got to clap yourself on the back.
Yeah. How do you keep yourself from getting contagious? Your penicillin gloves you play with.
Awesome.
So it's your question, Brandon?
Oh, gotta do a question right now.
Yep.
But, someone else take it.
Okay. Which professional club wins the most titles in the history of Scottish Premiership, the top division of Scottish Professional Football League? Oh, fuck. Dundee, Celtic, or Rangers? Like, wah, 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 wah. Like, what? This question's horrid. Horrid. Which professional club wins the most titles in history of Scottish Premiership, the top division in the Scottish Professional Football League? Dundee, Celtic, Rangers.
I don't know.
Aha. It's Celtic.
Shit. Okay. Cool.
Glad you haven't laughed, Mary.
Brandon, do you have a question?
What?
Yeah.
Brandon, what's your question?
My question is, hold on. Scores. Okay.
Scores.
Okay, I'm going to ask another question because Brandon's busy.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Now.
that time. Canada Scoreboard brought to you by Market Machine and Whether Metal or Plastic. Market can remake, build, drill, thread, or fabric. And let's go for a tour around the AJHL. First up, we have the Bonneville Pontiacs up 1-0 over the Camrose Kodiaks. The Drayton Valley Thunder have a 3-1 lead over the Grand Prairie Storm. And the Blackfall Bulldogs are up. Oh, well, there's no score in that game over the Okotoks Oilers. They have a 2-1 lead. Right, Cornwall,
Play harder.
old Grizzlies. They're nothing so far. First Grove Saints after they're just getting to the end of that first period. Bandits up 2-1 over the Sherwood Park Crusaders so far in that hockey game. And yes, the Lloydminster Bobcats, the Fort McMurray Oil Barons. That game's just getting underway. And about 16 minutes left in that first period. No score in that one so far. So now we take a little tour around the CFL. The Ottawa Red Blacks are up 36-14 over the Saskatchewan Roughriders. My goodness, that's not good. And the Elks and the
You're a Rough
Inuits.
Rider.
That's the latest on the Out of Town scoreboard, brought to you by Markin Machine and your scoring summaries coming up next, right here in Bandit Talking Real Country 105.7.
Holy God. That's why I'm not a radio announcer. That's a lot to say, Brandon.
It
You
is.
reading that? Or are you just like awesome putting it together out there?
What was that?
Awesome.
Do you read
All right,
that
Brandon,
stuff?
got
Or
a question?
is that all in his head?
Yeah, I kind of read it. I have my
Okay,
line right here. I'm going to do another one in seconds. Now I got to tell everybody who scored. And I don't know who scored. That's the problem.
Son of a
What are you in
bitch.
high school? You don't know who scored. You know?
Well,
Woo,
that sounds like
what
Brandon's
do you do?
typical Friday
I'm
night.
talking about behind the bleachers, Brandon. Haha,
I'll
just kidding. Okay, we'll take over for you. Did you
All right.
do the next one or me? Ooh,
I got a question.
okay.
All right. So, Scots are kooky. They're weird as fuck. They're drunk. They do all sorts of crazy shit. So, Scottish sport that I'm a personal fan of, caber toss. Dude in a skirt picks up a log and whips it across a field. So, what is the term used to describe a perfect toss where the caber lands straight ahead? Is it A, bullseye toss, B, 12 o'clock toss, C, straight line toss, or D, the precision throw?
I like it a straight line cross.
Time to take a look back at the first period, brought to you by Silver
God,
Creek.
Brandon.
Drop off the bins available serving Brooks in the county of Newell. All right, now let's go through that first period. And yes, the first goal going by Ethan Byer at 4:49 in that first period. And then the Bandits score again. Marco Buzzani would score, assisted by
Release
Caitlin
12 o'clock high.
and Parker Lalonde at 9:54.
Okay, so the correct answer is the 12 o'clock toss. In the
Throw
caber toss, the goal is to land it straight up, and it's scored based on a clock face.
from Hunter Price.
So it goes off to the side. It might be a 2 o'clock toss, meaning that it's pointing at 2 on the face of a clock. This is the magic of caber toss. It's weird as shit.
Get a tripping penalty.
Now I know why we don't play it.
I would get
You
I
know,
would
caber
there.
toss-
And
Yeah.
Ross would get a
Oh,
Yeah.
cross
yeah.
penalty
Yeah,
in that
the logs that they use,
and
so
the goals.
the logs they use between 100 and 180 pounds.
Now,
This is what they do. This is part of the Highland Games.
Coming up next, we're going to go back
Look
to
it up.
the
It's super cool. So Highland Games,
and Ken
these are like power lifters wearing their kilts to get out in, you know, roasting hot summer afternoon in August. And they go, that's a nice looking log. Let's see who can throw it in his straightest line
Mhm.
and then
Amazing.
score each other on it. Like, awesome. I love it.
I know.
It's a weird sport. And again, one that was clearly not developed through sobriety.
No. Imagine how many people got hit with a log.
A bunch of drunken dudes hanging out, going, hey man, I bet I could throw that log farther than you. Yeah, fuck you. Let's game on.
Oh,
I know
no,
it's-
my log's bigger than your log.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my log's bigger, but it's fatter, it's heavier. Log. Yeah,
Awesome.
and so they had a log measuring contest.
Yeah, they did. It's the Scottish way. It's what we do.
Yeah.
We do insane things. We get drunk and do dumb shit and then call it a sport.
Right? I know. Oh, my nerves. Okay, so to be legally declared whiskey, a spirit should be mature for how long in a barrel? So to be declared a whiskey, how long should it be mature for how long in a barrel? 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years?
I'm gonna say 1 year. No, 3 years sounds about more correct. I don't know. I'm guessing now. They all sound good. 3 years.
Now, for a home brew like down here in Cape Breton, it's how many days does it take you to make a good home brew? It'd be like 1 day, 5 days, 10 days. You'd be like, just go to the fucking liquor store. It's quicker.
Yes.
4 days.
No one should have to wait 3 years. That's a lot. That's not too much, man. Way too much.
Oh, fuck. It is. It's 3 years. You're right, Marie, and you're right, Mary. damn one day for capers, right? That's what I'm saying. It tastes like shit,
Awesome.
but it'll hit you hard. Hard hit. You hit ground hard. It hit you hard. Everybody happy hard. All right, Imogen, go ahead.
Right. This pudding is made from a sheep's stomach, liver, and onions, and is considered one of several national dishes of Scotland. Is it A, cranachan, B, haggis, C, cullen, or D, tablet?
Ooh, I'm tossed between haggis and curran. I've heard both terms. I don't know. It sounds disgusting.
It surely does.
Mhm.
I only ever ate this dish once, and it was awful. Now, what I had heard from the cook who made it, who is, he does a lot of this kind of cooking, he's familiar with it, but there was a problem in the production line. So it wasn't that it was a bad recipe, and I've heard it's actually quite good. But after this experience where it was made really horribly, I don't want to do it again. The cook himself realized what the mistake was, that he left out like 6 crucial ingredients.
Spices. Marie says haggis. Mary says B. Is it curran or haggis?
The correct answer is B, haggis,
Haggis. Blech.
which is supposed to be a fucking pudding. Who in the right fucking mind puts liver in a pudding and then you take a sheep, turn it inside out, and call it pudding? Why would you do this? It's just
Maybe because they smush it and it's like creamy, smushy sheep.
yeah.
Oh.
My one experience with it was terrible, and I've heard from a lot of people who expected it to be awful that it was actually really quite good. And there's lots of different recipes that.
How long were they lost in the woods before they fed to it?
Right? Who the hell looks at a sheep and says that would be delicious inside out? Let's just jam all of its organs into its stomach and eat that. Boil it for a week and eat it.
Instead of turducken, it's sheep yucking.
I'm just gonna reach into the sheep's asshole and yank its stomach out and just sleeve it. Now we got dinner. This. Why? Why would you do this? Because you're
my
Scottish.
God.
It's weird.
Enrique says, I'm watching this while I cook some steak, but what is this? Scottish trivia night? Yes.
Oh, yes.
Scottish
No,
trivia
I
night
know
it
what it
is.
is. That is exactly what this is. Yeah, this is welcome to Friday Night Trivia. We have a different theme every week. This week it is Scottish trivia.
Uh-huh.
So that's what we're doing. So
yeah, we'll figure out what next week is after the show. But for now, Brandon, you got a question or are you still busy?
Still busy here.
Okay, carry
you
on.
asshole.
Sorry. I got to put more commercials in. They're not ready yet, apparently.
Oh, no?
They haven't texted me.
Yes.
My cue. That's. So they're not coming over the speaker there, so.
What?
I was like, hey, are we supposed to start the second period?
Mute yourself, Brandon.
You're going to start my period in a minute, Brandon. No.
Oh my God.
Which of the following is the British royal residence in Scotland? Clarence House, Balmoral Castle, Thatched House Lodge. Clarence House, Balmoral Castle, or Thatched House Lodge?
I'm just going to say C. I didn't catch any of that. That all sounds way too kilty. I don't get it.
Yeah. Isn't it a Celtic? Mm-hmm. So, you got a guess, Brandon? Did you hear any of it, Brandon?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Just watching for attacks.
Oh, okay.
Started,
So Brandon says B.
B.
I've decided Brandon says B.
Mary said C, Brandon said B, but the answer is B. Balmoral Castle. Mm-hmm. Balmoral. Right? See? I'm trying to put my best Outlander foot forward. I watched that show, Outlander. They touch the stones. They're back in friggin' Scotland. And, she's a Saxon and he's a Scot. And glory God. I saw this.
Oh, no.
What am I hearing?
Hockey. I like it. Well, with that, guys, that is the end of the show. We're at an hour in. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back next week with a new theme for something else fun. Of course, we're going to have accents. It could be from God knows where, but it won't be from fucking Scotland. I'll tell you that. Thanks, flying Jesus.
The only time I could stumble over a Scottish accent was when I was gagging up the word haggis. That's the only thing I could. That's the only time I managed it. It wasn't even on purpose. It's just that's what you do when you're trying to choke back a haggis. It just comes out that way. Once again, proving that Scotland doesn't have an accent, they're just choking on their own words.
You will. Exactly. So exactly, Marie Anderson, thank you for reminding me. See you all Sunday for Serious Sundays, where me and Marie will be bringing up political issues going on currently here in Cape Breton. And dear God, if you're here, you know there's so many, so it's going to be a surprise on which one we talk about. Thanks again for tuning in. Tune in next week, Friday at 10 o'clock, and we will see you Sunday morning next at 10 a.m. Have a great night, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Sounds serious. See you later.